So today I'm going to be filming a life hacks video. Now I've never done a video like this before because I've never really had any original hacks until now. Probably the past few months I've just been thinking of like things when I do stuff that I think, oh, maybe people don't do this, and I thought that can be a hack. I can guarantee you that every single one of these in this video I haven't seen before, apart from one, which I will get to, but I had to mention it because it is the best life hack I've ever seen. I feel like with a lot of these videos I've watched so many beauty hacks, life hacks that all have the same hack. So all these ones I'm showing you, I've never seen them before, so to me they're original and I've made them up myself. But if you have seen them before, then sorry, but yeah, I think most of these are original. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with beauty hacks. Now, number one is to use blotting sheets either throughout the day, after exercising, after moisturiser, after applying foundation, whenever you feel that your face is getting oily and sweaty. I've probably used these since year 7 or 8, which is 5 or 6 years. Now, the reason why I started using them is because my mum's always used them, so it's kind of just passed down from then. Every single time I use them, someone else asks me what the hell are they, and they want to try them because they're so intrigued. Now, this is just been a normal thing for me, but I know so many people who don't know them. So I get mine from Superdrug because not many brands do them. This is just Superdrug's own, and basically what it is, well, it's literally a sheet that somehow takes the oil off your face and doesn't take off the rest of your makeup. So I like to use them a lot after moisturiser. So after you apply a moisturiser, you want to give it about 10 minutes and then you want to apply these. Now when you do it, you want to make sure you get the right side, which is kind of the powdery side, impact on your face. If you rub, you will take off the rest of your makeup if you have any on. Obviously in this case you will be taking off the moisturiser. You just want to pack, so that's going to get all the excess oil off your face. So obviously this is especially good for if you have oily skin, but even if you have dry skin, you will honestly be surprised how much you get off. Like, yeah, like you see in what I get off, and that is quite a lot of oil, and you honestly don't realise you have it on your face until you can see on the sheet. They're also a great alternative to powder because obviously these can slip in your pocket, whereas powder you have to bring a brush with you and a big compact. So yeah, these are so much more efficient. So number two, now this is a hack that I mentioned, I think, in my natural summer makeup, and I always find, I don't think it's just me, because when I've seen tutorials in the past and they kind of zoom into the eyes, I can see this. And also in general, if I'm just out and I happen to notice it on someone, it's not that I like go out looking at people to see if they have this, but I can notice it because I noticed that myself. So basically what it is I always find that in between your eyebrows, your foundation and your concealer gets really dry there and oxidizes straight away. Now this might just be me or a few people, but I think this is quite a general thing, and I don't know why any scientists out there, if there's actually a reason why, because I just feel like this only happens there for me. It might happen other places, so if it happens other places, you want to apply this trick as well. So after I've applied my foundation and concealer, I just take a little wipe and go around the inside kind of my eyebrows, because that's where I find that it happens to me the most. And then you simply just want to get your beauty blender, your sponge, your brush, whatever you're going to use, and dab a little bit of foundation on around the area, reapply it and put some powder on. This honestly makes such a difference. You wouldn't think it would, but honestly it does, because you end up build up a lot of product around the area. So then if you just take it off again and apply thin layer, it honestly works miracles. Now we're going to get on to the food hacks. We all love food, so I think any better way of making food easier to eat is something we all want. Now this hack, number 3, is actually the one that I've stole from someone else, and I don't know where I saw it, but I have a feeling that quite a lot of people probably do this already. But to those of you who don't, this is a pizza hack and an easy way of cutting it. Now, ever find that cutting it with a knife or pizza cutter is really hard and it takes you for ages? Wow, now use scissors. Honestly, it is so much better and easier. It's so much more faster, and then you can eat that pizza even faster. When I saw this, I was literally, my mind was blown. I was like, yes, I need to use this, and ever since then I've used this hack. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a vlog that I did like maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, that is my stolen hack. Okay, so my number 4 hack is to put cling films on salads, pasta, anything that you are taking in like a tub to work or school or even out for the day, and you are scared of it leaking it in your bag. Now this has happened so many times to me, and then I thought, oh, all these travel you know, toiletries, and I've seen the hack where you can put it over toiletry bowls. Do this with salad. All you want to do is literally take a thin layer of cling film and put it over your tub. and then put your lid on top. So if you have a bad tub and the lid doesn't really go on properly, or you're just worried about like a little sauce leaking out, then honestly this works. It doesn't prevent all like 100%, because I've used it before and it didn't work loads, but it definitely prevented it. So we want to even make sure to double up on nothing leaking. It's just to take a plastic bag and wrap it around the tub, then you're going to get extra layers, so if anything does leak out, it's going to go into the bag and not onto the rest of the stuff in your normal bag. Okay, so now I'm going to go kind of into some safety and internet hacks. I feel like, again, I've never seen these before, and it's so important, especially as I have quite a young audience watching, and these might be things that are common knowledge and things that you know, but then to some of you, you might not have even thought about it. So yeah, we're going to get on with this. So number 5 is to cover up your webcam on your laptop, your MacBook, your iPad, whatever. Now, I don't do this on my phone or my iPod. This is just because I've heard somewhere that apparently people can't hack that. There might be a way people can, but to me it's just not as efficient because I use the front camera a lot, but I definitely use it on my laptop. Now, I don't want to scare any of you, and I'm not saying people are going to be spying on you through your webcam, hackers of the government. Honestly, they're not. But there has been cases before that has happened, and obviously these people are all really clever in a bad way, and they honestly can, and I just get worried about this when I read articles like that. So all I simply did is just take a little bit of cardboard. This was actually from the Cadbury's Egg and Spoon. Place it over your webcam and literally just stick it down with sellotape. Then if you ever do need your webcam for FaceTime or whatever, it's very easy to lift it off. This is just so much safer, and it makes me feel safer, even if, honestly, I'm not saying that people are going to spy on you, but it makes me feel safer, and I feel like it can happen to anyone, so it's just to make it even safer. How many times have I said that word? Number 6 is about passwords. Have different passwords. I have so many accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and then accounts for shopping like New Look, Jack Wolves, just so many. But I have about 3 or 4 passwords, and I like to switch between each account. I'm not gonna lie, I don't specifically know which one is for each account, so I do kind of, if I'm going into an account, I have to kind of type in all the passwords to remember it. But this is just so much better because, again, if you are hacked or anyone ever finds out one of your passwords and it is the same for every single one of your accounts, they will be able to log into all of them accounts and everything could be ruined. So this is just why it's really important. Or if you think you're not going to remember all the passwords, just kind of have different variations of it, so maybe some with capital letters or whatever. Again, it is just so much more safer. So number 7 again is about passwords, but this is don't save your passwords or your credit card details to your MacBook, your laptop, your phone, whatever you're going off. Basically, have you ever noticed that before when you log into a new website or you enter your card details, sometimes there'll be a little message displayed? Now, I haven't actually got any images of this, but I think you know what I mean. It's kind of like a yellow box, and it kind of says, do you want to save this? Always press never. And the reason, again, if anyone ever unfortunately hacks into your computer, and you'll be already be logged onto the site, so they can obviously do stuff, but if you always log out each time, then that's, again, it's ensured that no one's going to be able to access your account. You also want to make sure that when you're entering your debit card details, if you're doing online shopping like I do all the time, especially as I've got to have a quite young audience, a lot of you probably are now getting cards, always make sure that you untick the save card details button. Again, this is exactly the same as the password. If you ever get hacked, people are going to be able to buy stuff with your details and see your details, which you do not want. So always make sure you press untick, or obviously tick it or untick it, depends on what obviously the message reads. And yes, it might take a bit of time when you're entering your details when you do your next order on that website, but honestly it is so much safer. So number 8 is a bit of an unusual one. Basically it's for cutting open bottles when you can't get any more products out of it. Now, I tend to do this for moisturisers, shampoos and conditioners the most, but obviously any product applies that is not an aerosol. Don't do this with an aerosol, just with kind of lotions and creams and stuff like that. So if you ever realised, or if you ever had the experience where you can't get any more products out but you definitely know someone's in there, take some scissors and cut open the bottle. But if you are young, make sure you get your parents kind of guardians, and they can probably do it for you, because as you can see in the picture, the little overlay I'm doing, it is quite hard, and some of the bottles are hard to get into and it can be dangerous, and obviously I don't want anyone having any injuries, but it works so much. And as you can tell, then you just want to cut around the bottle, then you kind of have the bottle in 2 halves, and then you can see how much product is still less. I definitely want to get the most product for my money, and I feel like that brands specifically make bottles in a shape where you don't get as much as it says on the bottle, so I want to use all for what I've paid for, so this is why I do this. But honestly, please be careful when you're doing this because I don't want anyone chopping any fingers off. So the last 2 hacks are all about keeping time and kind of do with alarms and yeah, just things that you can do on your phone. So this is actually an iPod, but you know, people probably think it looks like a phone. So number 9 is probably a hack that you've all heard, and it's to use music instead of an alarm in the morning, but my variations comes in here. So basically I have 4 different alarms scheduled 5 minutes apart, but I like to make sure that there is a different song for each of them, because if you play the same song, your brain is going to get so used to hearing the 4 alarms and it will just think it's the same alarm and you won't bother getting up, and you probably snooze it every single time. Whereas if you have different songs, your brain's going to wake up to a different song kind of every 5 minutes if you're not up yet, and it's going to be more likely for you to get up and to be on time for wherever you need to go. Again, with this, you also want to make sure that probably every 4 days, even a week, change these songs up, because again, your brain will get used to them and then it will just be a mandatory thing that it hears in it, like you're dreaming or something, and you won't wake up to it. So it's so important to change them as much as possible. I probably do it every 2 days just because we all have such a huge range of songs, but you also, for me, want quite upbeat songs. People might prefer gentler songs waking up, but I like quite loud songs because it just wakes me up more. So number 10 is all about keeping time limits. So if you know in the morning you have 30 minutes to get ready every single morning, set a playlist that is 30 minutes long instead of a timer. Now, I always used to watch the clock and set timers, but then I feel like it takes more time because then you have to work out how much time you've got left, or you have to go back to your timer and look. But if you set a playlist and you know kind of, and you make sure you play it in order, your brain will get used to knowing where the song comes and kind of how long you've got left, and you won't have to go back to your clock, and it's so much more efficiently. Now, on my iPod, I couldn't actually tell how many minutes, so I kind of had to just count it up roughly in my head. But I know on my laptop, there kind of is saying how many minutes specifically each playlist is. Yep, so honestly, just helps so much more. And obviously, everyone loves music more, so I feel like you probably play music while you're getting ready anyway, so if you use it as a clock as well, it'll just work so much better. Okay, so they're all my life hacks. Let me know below if any of these were new. I hope most of these were new for you, and also if you have any more to do with the kind of ones that I've said, that you can let me know, because I'm always up for trying new life hacks and making life easier. Let me know if you like this type of videos, because if you want to see more life hacks, I will try and think of some more things that I do every day that is essentially a hack that no one's ever heard before. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Remember to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.